Hello. Thank you for watching another Car Confessions. I'm Mary, in case you forgot, and I am the elder Hunt sister. And I have a story to tell you, but I want to first tell you that when I left today to go out driving, I turned on everything and I was heading away from my house, and I went down and was preparing to head down toward downtown. If all else fails, head toward downtown and you'll get a ride. Well, on the way to the bottom of my hill, I got a ride. Now, I was already set to go turn right, and it wanted me to turn left, so I went ahead and completed my right-hand turn and had to get rerouted to where I was going. Now, on the rerouting, I went down a street that I don't go on a lot and probably haven't been on in 10 years probably. And it made me sad. And the reason it made me sad is because this street reminded me of a kid they called Martian. I'll get back to Martian at the end of this other story, but I wanted to tell you about a ride I had yesterday. Picked up a young man at a residential area, and I was taking him to a hotel. Now, I asked him, I said, so are we going to work? He said, no, I'm visiting my family, and I'm just going back to this hotel. I'm staying at the hotel. So I said, oh, cool, where are you from? And he said he was from Las Vegas. And I said, oh, I love Las Vegas, but I haven't been recently. We used to go a couple times a year, sometimes even 3 times a year. Yvonne and I would go with our best friends mostly, and it's just like kind of one of our happy places. And but we haven't been in a while. Part of it was COVID, and part of it is also that, like Yvonne says, we've been there a lot. We're getting older. Let's go do stuff we haven't done before with that money. So we've been doing other trips. So the kid asks me, what do you like to do in Vegas? And I said, well, I told him we stay downtown, which we do. We like to gamble. I said we like to go to antique stores. We generally go to an escape room. We love escape rooms. If you've never done an escape room, you must do one. If you have, please comment. And what else do? We like to do the museums. We've done the Springs Preserve, which is Springs Preserve, which is over there. We've hiked at Red Rock. We've gone to the Neon Boneyard Museum. We've gone to the Mob Museum, the Atomic Testing Museum, which is really cool. You should check that out. The Pinball Museum, which is lots of fun. So I just was going on and on with some of the stuff that we like to do. And he asked me about shows that we like to see. And mostly like the Cirque du Soleil stuff. And I said, well, I'm not really into contortionists, so that's kind of not my jam. I said, but we saw a show called Absinthe at Caesar's Palace, and that was interesting. Now, I gotta tell you, it's a good show, but it's kind of sexy, and I'm not very sexy, and so I didn't enjoy it as much as some of the other people do. But I was wondering, like, why was he asking me, like, what do I want to do there? Well, come to find out, he just moved there like 2 months ago. So he was trying to get ideas about what he could do there. I forgot to ask him what he was doing there and why he moved there, but he did mention that he wanted to go see Thunder Down Under or the Magic Mike show, but none of his friends wanted to go. Yeah, none of his friends wanted to go. That's pretty much that story, but back to Martian. Kids can be really, really cruel. This kid was elementary school. He was one of my brother's friends. And I think his name was Richard, but to tell you the truth, I don't remember. They just called him Martian. And I can't ask my brother Stephen, who was his friend, because we're estranged. And that's not good either. But anyway, I don't remember. I mean, so this kid had a very flat head and very triangle-y, and that's why they called him Martian. I mean, it's very mean, but they weren't mean to him. I mean, they were like, Like, that's bullying to call somebody that horrible name because of the way he looked. And but they weren't, but they were friends with him. But it's bad. And it made me sad when I drove down that street, remembering that they called him that and wondering how he must have felt. I'm going to have to see if I can figure out what his name was and whatever happened to him.